Hello everyone, Dana 14th Prime here. Today I want to check out with you guys the Takara Legends LG53 Triple Bot Broadside. It comes with Repugnance, at least the body part of them. The Headmaster I think came with Kickback if I recall. Voyager class figure, some cool artwork there. Toy clearly through the front window. The usual stuff with some artwork on this side of the box. The different toy modes over here and the Headmaster. And then back of the box is superimposed, the artwork in the background, product shots over the top. And Headmaster stuff on the top of the box. Okay, let's pop this guy out of the box, check him out. Okay, I had a streak of one video going where I remembered the pamphlet. Here's the Takara instructions, get some artwork there. Other side here, we get the product shots and the tech specs. And then, of course, inside you get a comic book, which I've already checked out for Japanese girls, and there's none, and the instructions. So, always pretty cool. Okay, and here is Broadside out of the box. And you can be honest with me, guys. Am I the only one that bought them? Really? Hasbro version has been shelf warming like none other. This and Alpha Trion is what I see on shelves everywhere. But I will say this Takara version here is a nice upgrade. I mean, the mold's still going to suffer from weird feet and just sort of really back-heavy, jet airplane stuff hanging off the back and a lot of panels, because he's got to turn into a aircraft carrier. But I think the paint scheme is a lot nicer. Of course, more G1 tune accuracy. Okay, let's start off with the little Repugnance monster shell. I'm not sure if there's a connection here between Repugnance and Broadside. If so, let me know. But I do recall his head came with the Legends class Kickback figure. This is just the shell. They're very, very similar. And Takara's just using some slight paint accent differences. Really all of this red and yellow and whatever that is, brown on the top of the head, the green for the eyes, all looks the same. Probably your best view to see differences is the side. He has like his claws painted, right? On the end of the hand, the toes on the feet, kind of like a gold color. He's got white shoulder there on the Takara version. These are also gold, little things on the side of his face. And then Hasbro has the underside of the face, kind of mouth area, red, whereas Takara did the whole head in that, brown type color. Both have Autobot logos on top of the head still. So that's it, same thing. Let's tackle the other accessories really quickly. Takara on the bottom, just keeping everything gray. Hasbro, you had white for the airplane accessories for the aircraft carrier. I'm going to bet that these will be worth something someday. This is that type of accessory that everybody loses in 10 years. And then if you want them, it'll be like $50 on eBay. And then also he has the big gun, which the Headmaster can sit into. Takara molded in all gray. Hasbro, you get this, the crazy blue. Probably from the G1 toy, I assume. Okay, let's get these guys side by side. I've got Takara on the left, Hasbro on the right. Let's kind of go through the comparisons, and then we'll flip them through the three different modes and let you check those out as well. Takara basically using the entirely same mold. There's nothing different at all. And they're just using some paint application differences on this one. So in the range of differences that we get from Takara, this one's on the lower end. Just some paint applications. Start at the head, you can see you basically get blue eyes versus red. Up here in the chest, Takara does a nice job of painting the landing gears red to blend in with the chest, where the Hasbro left those gray. You get a red Autobot logo versus kind of this sticker. It was red, I guess, but it had the silver background around the sticker. Red versus gray there in the chest, and then inverted here, gray versus red in the crotch. Otherwise, when you look across the arms and shoulders, a lot that's the same. Now, Hasbro stuck with the dark gray for the kind of aircraft carrier tower that folds in there on the shoulder, whereas they have a lighter gray with Hasbro, and then the kind of collar, whatever, is red versus gray. If you go down into the legs, obviously the red thighs is really the big difference you see in bot mode. Hasbro does have a sticker on the gray fin that you'll see better, once we get into plane mode. And let's just acknowledge it here. The wings are very, very different, though it's maybe not the best place to see them. But Hasbro had this kind of blue translucent plastic with some stickers on it. Takara, they're gray, and they're painted with blue and red striping on them. And I will say, in all the pics on the box, I think Takara's just sort of got them folded back. Takara's got a very clean-looking bot on the box and stuff. And I think to do that, all they do is this. Just kind of flip those back and get them out of the way. You get more back kibble, but from the front, you can get a cleaner looking bot. just in case you're scratching your head on some of the pics versus what presenting the toy here. So side view here, you see a red stripe on the forearm versus kind of a almost silver or very light gray stripe. Then down to the leg, you see Takara using gray plastic versus reds to help blend that on the leg. And you will see, it's got like the number. When we get an aircraft carrier, you'll see some differences in terms of the numbers and the striping and the painting, which gives a bit of a cleaner bot in the Takara version. Spin around back, things you'll notice when we get them in some different modes. Takara all gray across kind of the canopy area. Hasbro got a red accent there. Big, nice Autobot logo there on the nose. And you can see a bit better the wings. A little cleaner because it's all just gray with some basic painting or tempo, however it's applied on the Takara version versus a really nasty sticker on Hasbro, which I just hated. Mine was really just kind of wrecked out of the box. You'll see that better in aircraft mode. And this side is really same as the other, just getting a bit of a different number down there on the foot. And you can see a bit more the gray difference on the shoulder, as well as the 36 sticker on the tower there that shows up on the shoulder for Hasbro. Okay, so that's the overview of differences. Let me just lay some pics in here again, just so you can kind of see some of the tune accuracy comparisons versus G1, just to give you a feel for what Takara was trying to, just pick up on and clean up a bit for G1 tune accuracy. Okay, let's go ahead and start to flip him through his modes. Maybe we'll just start with the Headmaster, though, here first for a second, and take a look and compare. Okay, so here we've got Takara on the left, Hasbro on the right, and you can see, of course, the visor color. But then actually, it's maybe subtle, but I think it's showing up okay. The Hasbro face is much more silver than Takara, which is more of kind of a flat gray. So you can see that. It helps the Hasbro, or the Takara, kind of overall color scheme be consistent. So if we fold them apart, we get our little guys. And of course, Takara's looks pretty nice as always. Nice red painted legs. He's got, blue eyes painted in there. In Hasbro's, there's really no paint in there to speak of at all, but they are the same mold. Takara's basically looks like the mini-me. Okay, let's get back to transformation. Let's go ahead and go into battle carrier mode. And I don't know if I'll go in instruction order here, because again, this is another one where the instructions just make my eyes and head hurt. So let's go off the pics. Let's first just fold in the hands here, like so. He's got this collar you can push and lock down. It's released here with the stomach. In case we won't come back to bot mode, but that's how you would do that. Whoops. Let's just kind of flip the whole back kibble section over. And this is going to become the body here, or the bottom, excuse me. You can flip out the gears here, so I'll have something to stand on. Just come around to this side, because I just start getting things in place. So the shoulder pieces can flip down. We just want to kind of panel form everything. The wings come in, some little tabs there, right there, little tab. The legs we want to turn this way, just to get the runway up. Flip out a panel here to fill in a gap. Legs will peg together down here towards the bottom. Point the toes, kind of make the front of the ship. These fins go down to help him stand. These fins fold against the side. And the little rudder thing here, also to help stand probably, or act as a rudder, but that goes down as well. Down. Little tower here flips off the shoulder, antenna flips up. Basically it. Let's see the arms. Give them a little twist because there's a peg on this side, kind of back of the hand that will peg in down there. You just give them a twist with kind of the back of the hand up so you can peg that into that panel. And that is it. Pretty simple. Okay, so here we have the two aircraft modes side by side. I didn't put the little airplanes on. I'm going to save those to cash in 10 or 20 years. A broadside, kind of like one of your main mass shifting transformers. Maybe Soundwave's the title holder to go to a little cassette player, but broadside would go into a huge aircraft carrier here. Remember in the cartoon, there's a scene just transformed into an aircraft carrier to sit on Devastator, basically. And this is probably the best way for me to get you a good comparison, because everything's on the top, really, of this aircraft carrier. You can see definitely nice and clean for Takara, right? Just white striping for a runway, sort of what would be the center yellow line, if you will, I guess, from a car perspective. I don't know that aircraft carriers have yellow lines, but it's in the mold, but they didn't paint it. And then you've got white striping down here as well, very clean. White Autobot logo in the middle. Of course, you can see Hasbro, again, more toy. They've got the 36 number there. This enormous, ugly, terrible, doesn't apply well. There's texture and bumps on the mold that they try to go over sticker, and they put the yellow striping on there. I don't know. Do you have 2-lane roads on aircraft carriers? It seems kind of ridiculous, but I hate that sticker. And then you can see some of the blue from the wing kind of sticks out the side as well. Front here, you get a little red versus gray. Of course, the tower, I think we've talked about the different gray colors. Even here, just, Takara just filling in that gray to be more even keel of the lighter color, whereas Hasbro just sort of left it alone. And then here, side by side as best I can. I mean, it's hard to even get them in focus, but that tower, again, the light gray, kind of almost even silver, with the tower with the 36 versus there in the background. Shift our focus, you get the dark gray tower. Both using the light plastic gray antenna. Okay, let's go ahead now and put this guy into his plane mode. If we flip down our little antenna, flip them over because the jet's on this side, flip the shoulder piece back around of the tower. Let's come back here. Actually, there's this enormous panel we want to flip down and have just pop off the peg on us. It's a double hinge thing. Okay, we salvaged that. Back up top here, landing gears down, legs, split them, twist the thigh back up. So that's, the inside hollow section. Get the front of the thigh back facing up. Get his fins up. You can fold over the foot, put that back underneath. That will peg in. A little peg there. Kind of just get his arms out here a second. These panels on the side will fold down. And again, a little peg, I'll kind of just put that in place. Let's keep working on the legs here. There's these giant pegs off his crotch, right? And there's a spot, those go into the thighs. So it gets the positioning right on this angle for the thighs. And then you just bend the knee back, basically. Bend the knee more like flat. So there's some different locking places. You want it flat. You want the red fins flat out and the gray fins straight up. Then here, let's come back down to the front of the plane. You pull the wings out to the side like this. The whole shoulder mechanism just does this, whatever. Folds down. So fold down, pull down, and fold down, all of that. And he's got this little hook thing on his form there that will go into that little panel. Little hook thing into the little panel. Make sure your wings are back out. And that's it. That's the ugly jet. I always think I have the legs wrong. I mean, nothing really works there. There's a gap. But what does help is if you put the gun there, actually, it kind of just helps fill the visible gap. You just have a big, huge gun on his top of him, but at least it helps, certainly from the front, that gappage. Then here we go. We get the jet modes side by side. This tends to work best for comparison. Hope it's okay. Just stand them up. We get more in the frame. Again, that's a really nicely done Autobot logo on the nose there. I will say, and I think I saw it with a 6-shot as well, and you see it here a bit better, the Takara red is more flat. Hasbro's is more glossy. And we see here, Hasbro had the bigger red section on the chest, and I might not even point that out. I mean, Takara's painted the landing gears red. Takara's left these gray versus their red over here with Hasbro. But then even below, Hasbro's got really the whole chest section painted red. For Takara, it's just a little box area. Again, sticker versus kind of nice little red tempo there. I think we saw some of that in bot mode. You still get the yellow dot. That's all the same. And again, really the wings, right? Try to focus a bit in the background here. Gray wing, blue, big blue stripe on top, little thinner red stripe underneath, right? You can see that. Hasbro. Again, translucent blue kind of wing with really some gray, application of paint or something across of it. Big red sticker. A bit more difficult here looking at the side. Again, this must be for Hasbro, just a blue piece of translucent plastic, and then they painted the gray around it. Takara just has all gray plastic on the fin. You can see the all gray versus kind of the red and gray done there. Then really the side of the plane from the front. Again, it's just kind of this red coming down, some of that difference. And let's just come back to Repugnance a bit. Maybe do a bit of a proper review on him. So he's got the little Headmaster, of course, that will go into the chest, right? So you get that look. You can then turn him into, like, I don't know, a sled or something, you know, kind of like an airplane, where it looks like you just kind of lay it flat, flatten the arms, bring the legs up like this, and the wings just kind of stay like that. So he's got this little sled, and the Headmaster's got some pegs down there, so he can kind of stand in there like this. So he'll look something like that with this little spaceship. And then I think from here you just flip his wings the other way and pull the handle out of the head. And I think you get something like this, which can be a weapon for Broadside. There he is, all geared up, everything in the box, excluding, of course, my airplanes on the sprue that I'm going to cash in on a long time from now, because all of you guys are going to lose yours. Come knocking on my door. You know, it's cool. I think Broadside as a character, he's just never really been developed well. So of all the triple changers, he's kind of bottom of the barrel, which is, of course, why he's shelf warming from the Hasbro toys here in the States. So I don't know for a lot of people that they're even considering picking up the Takara version. But I hope you've enjoyed at least checking it out with me here today. If you're into Transformers or really any toys or collectibles, be sure to check the links in the description below. Of course, I'll put you in a direction to pick up these guys, either the Hasbro or the Takara version. Keep my Amazon page handy, because I'm always just building that out with all types of products that you see here on the channel. So it's easier for you to kind of shop through, see prices, and pick up the stuff you want. I think for this guy here, as always, Takara does a nice job of just making it a little bit better, right? A little bit nicer. If only we could have it for the Hasbro price, though. But again, in the range of being different, Takara versus Hasbro, this one is on the less different side, because all the molding is the same, and paint is the only difference. And frankly, in the paint, even the only large differences is, like, you know, the red thighs, and then probably the wings. Otherwise, there's a lot of other smaller differences, which help tie it all together nice and neatly, but it's not a big, massive deco difference. But don't forget, you do get a nice little upgrade Repugnance as well. Again, just slightly better painted. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Hope you liked the video. I'll see you next time.